a ratio is all about sharing a number out, but unequally. So we're dividing this 30. We're not dividing it into 3 because that would just be 10. 30 divided by 3 would be 10 each. One person's getting a share of 3, the other person's getting a share of 2, and the other person's getting a share of 1. So if 3 people were sharing this, they would all be getting an unequal share. The person with 3 would get more, the person with 1 would get less, and the person with 2 somewhere in between. So I want to write a silly sentence to begin with, and you'll see what I mean by this in a minute. So my silly sentence is this: always drive Mini Coopers. Now that might make no sense whatsoever to begin with. What we're interested in is the first letter. A for always, D for drive, M for mini, C for Coopers. Now, to cut a long story short, these first letters stand for something. So the A stands for add, and you need to add up how many parts in the ratio we've got. So add the ratio parts. See what we mean in a minute when we run through the example. D stands for divide, and we are going to divide the total by how many parts there is in the ratio. Divide the total. M stands for multiply, so we multiply the ratio. And C stands for check. So yes, it goes always drive Mini Coopers, but it basically stands for add, divide, multiply, check. See what we mean when we do this example. So here we go. So we've got 3 to 2 to 1. Now it doesn't give you any people's names here, but you could pretend that there's some people's names. You could say we're dividing £30 between Archie, which I'll call A, Betty, which I'll call B, and Carl, which I'll call C. Okay, so the first thing we do is drop an arrow off each of those people's numbers in the ratio, and then we follow the steps. So step number 1, we are going to add the parts. I'll just do a little bit of working down here. So add the parts. So we've got 3 parts to 2 parts to 1 part. So basically 3 plus 2 plus 1 is 6. So we've got 6 parts in this ratio. Step 2, we need to take that 6 and divide the total by 6. Well, the total amount of money is £30. So we need to do £30 divided by 6 because there's 6 parts, and that is going to equal £5 each. Okay, now that basically means each of the 6 parts is worth £5. That's what we're saying, and that is absolutely crucial for step 3. Step 3 is multiply the ratio. So we go back to the ratio, and this £5 each that we've got here is basically what we multiply each number in the ratio by. So if each part is worth £5, then Archie has got 3 parts, so he's got 3 lots of £5. Bertie's got 2 parts, so he's got 2 lots of £5, and Carl's got 1 part, so he's got 1 lot of £5. And that's what we do in step 3. We multiply each number in the ratio. And then all we do is work it out. So 3 lots of £5 is £15. 2 lots of £5 is £10. 1 lot of £5 is £5. And we have actually finished the question now, but there was a 4th step. The C on Mini Coopers stands for check. And all you have to do is you look at the 3 answers at the end, which is 15, 10, and 5. You add up what they come to. So 15 add 10 is 25, plus 5 is 30. Comes to £30, and that should be equal to what you started with. And if we have a look back, £30 all the way back to the start of the question, it was indeed £30. So if your numbers at the end of the arrows add up to what you started with, which in this case was £30, we know we've done it correct.